Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. It's so nice to have you today. Thank you for listening. I want to go back to 62 years ago. My wife and I had been evangelizing for about a year. And Brother C.G. Weeks, the district superintendent of Louisiana, asked me if I would be willing to go and take the church in Zwolle, Louisiana. That's kind of north from Alexandria, up towards Shreveport, Louisiana. And I told him, I said, Brother Weeks, we're enjoying evangelizing, and I just don't think that we would want to do that. He said, well, what about if you would just go take it until we could get a pastor? And I said, well, we'll be happy to do that. Well, I didn't know that was kind of a trick out of the superintendent's bag. I guess it was, because nobody was interested in finding a pastor. And we got up to the church, and it was a nice little church. People were very, very sweet and kind to us, but things had not had any building programs, and the parsonage was pretty shackly, and there was, to be honest with you, there was no indoor bathroom, and they had one outside, John, the old toilet, and in the winter time it was 500 feet to it. In the summertime it was about 35. And but we wanted to bring a bathroom, build one in the house, in the parsonage. Well, why do you want that? Why would you want to do that? Well, it's just hard to explain something like that. So, but anyway, I'm just kind of giving you the setting. We had two little beagle puppies. We call them Pat and Mike. Well, Mr. Quentin Brannon, the marshal of the little town of Zwolle, he said, "Preacher, when are you going to sell me those puppies?" I said, "Mr. Brannon, we love those puppies. We don't have any we don't want to sell them." And next time I saw him, "Preacher, I give you $100 for those puppies." Well, no, we don't want to sell them. But things got a little tight around the parsonage, and we didn't have any money to do anything with, and we had a little grocery problem. We had everything was kind of going wrong. And so I said to my wife, I said, "Joan, we're going to have to sell Pat and Mike's." Like she always is, she said, "Well, whatever we have to do." So I called Mr. Brandon. I said, "Well, I'm going to sell you those puppies under one condition." He said, "What is it?" I said, "We love those dogs so much. I want you to come straight up here right now and get them. And I don't want to small talk. I don't want to talk about anything. I want you to just get them and go. so we won't have to think about it too long. So he drove up in the squad car and he got out, and I met him in the middle of the backyard with the puppies. And he didn't hardly say anything. He just turned, gave me the $100 and turned and walked off and got in the car. I remember seeing the puppies go to the back window and look out of the squad car like, what have we done? Why are we being arrested? It was just, and I saw them drive off down the street. My heart hurt. I started walking, and I just got up on the porch, big old sway back porch. And as I was walking across, the Lord spoke to me. He impressed me so strong. Give that money to Brother Brady. Well, Brother Brady was a man that we knew that was needing some medical attention. But he didn't have the money to take care of it. And so I walked on in, and just as I got into the kitchen, I said, John, I hate to tell you, but the Lord let me know that we've got to give this money to Brother Brady. As always, she said, well, whatever we're supposed to do, let's do it. Well, we made it. We was able to keep living, and the Lord blessed, and they got a pastor for the church, and we were free to go on the evangelistic field. And we had been evangelizing, and I really can't tell you just how long it had been that was evangelizing. And one day, I was broke. We were broke. We didn't have any money. That was before plastic. That was before. We didn't even have garage sale money. They didn't have garage sales. We didn't have any money. And we was in Little Rock. We pulled into a service station. I didn't have money to buy gas. But we pulled in and parked. And we was just sitting there. I don't know. I don't remember, but I imagine we was probably praying. And so all of a sudden, my brother, Don, that was supposed to have been 6 hours away, pulled into the same service station where I was. And we sat and talked for a good while, enjoyed a visit. I didn't ask him for any money. I would now. I'd say, buddy, you better be loaded. But I didn't ask him for any money. And so after a while, he got in his car, took off down the road. We got in our car, and what we was going to do, I don't know. But that was the only place we had to sit, and we didn't have any money to buy gas. And all of a sudden, I noticed my brother put on his brakes, and he stopped, and he put it in reverse and backed up all the way back, probably a couple of 100 yards. He backed all the way back, and he was getting out of his car. I got out of my car. He was taking his wallet out of his pocket, and he pulled a $100 bill out of his pocket, and he said, I almost forgot. He said, Mr. Brady gave me this $100 and said, next time you see OC, be sure and give it to him. I couldn't help but think, cast your bread upon the waters, and after many days it shall return. And that's where we realized early, quickly, that God provides. And if we're not stingy with God, God won't be stingy with us. And God knows all about where we are every minute of the day. God bless you.